Hey there, so I am back, and I like that I use the hashtag always Cuvee, and I do these battle beers, and sometimes, there's a few beers on the table, and I just don't Cuvee. So that is pretty dumb. I have them all pretty much the same, yeah. Always, oh shoot, ooh, this is a wheat beer. So one of the things important about the style is that it is highly carbonated. I believe generally style hits at I think over 3 volumes of CO2. Generally, your ale is going to be 2.5. Lagers might be a little bit higher than that. Your cask beer is going to be, around 2 or maybe under volumes of CO2. So this is a highly carbonated style, one of the most carbonated styles you're going to find on the market. So, at least I made this video to have a little bit more content than simply having to Cuvee something. So. And that's why we like the style generally so much. First off, it builds this beautiful foamy head. And so people ask sometimes, why do you have that big, it's called a Vass, that big Weizen glass to serve this beer? And properly, they should serve that beer serve Hefeweizen in that big glass because it shows off that beautiful head. And look here, I mean, just a beautiful formation of head from, I guess, some amount of hopping, also from the use of wheat. So it's a really highly sustaining head, and there's a lot of carbonation in there. So you really want to get some of that carbonation out of solution, but also we enjoy some amount of it staying in solution within the beer. But that is a pretty looking beer. I mean, you gave that to me in a can, I'd be like, man, that is a pretty New England style IPA. Slightly darker. I'm going to say it's like a deep gold, but yeah, that would look like a very pretty New England style IPA. And again, you have a lot of similar characteristics. You have a yeast that's going to offer this beautiful haze. You have a beautiful head on there because there's a lot of wheat, and a lot of New England style IPAs do have wheat, but that is just gorgeous. Let's get the aroma on this one. Yeah, smells like Hefeweizen, probably a little bit of that kind of spicy quality from the hopping that I'm getting there. Cheers. Oh, it's weird. A little bit. Because initially I taste this, which is that like weird peppery, spicy thing that I'm getting throughout the palate. As a way more, it sort of works. The one thing I will say is that everything's very neutral. The brightness I was getting from the Hefeweizen or the Weinschiffahner is sort of lost in there. That kind of like ripe, sweet, dense fruit quality I was getting from the Paulaner sort of lost. But at least this part was tamed, which is nice. It doesn't have this line of just weird bitterness and spicy quality that you're putting into your Hefeweizen. It actually has a more mild flavor profile. That's good. That's good. That works for me. It's all right. Not saying it does anything really special, but it's just a light blend of all these 3 beers that were generally not extremely expressive. And so you sort of just like any cool things that you sort of picked out from each of the beers sort of just got like leveled down and sort of like has this like monotone thing to it, which isn't bad. It's super crushable. This beer is awesome in this state, but it is what it is. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later. Hashtag always Cuvee.